Everybody, my name is David. Thank you for watching. This is a question and answer video I do every single Monday. I want to thank you for subscribing and new people watching. Hello. Please ask questions. What I'm doing is I'm trying to help people heal from emotional pain, emotional trauma, abusive relationships, things like this. So to heal is to learn. So please ask questions and hopefully I might be able to help you out a little bit. So I hope everyone's okay. I hope people aren't freaking out too much. I hope everyone's healthy. I hope people that are sick recover soon. And I hope people that have been sick and recovered are doing much better now. There has been, just to talk about the coronavirus for 1 second, just 1 second. Tune me out if you don't want to be triggered, you don't want to hear it, just for a minute. There are roughly 339,000 cases so far, total documented cases. 14,700 deaths, and almost 100,000 people have recovered worldwide, and that's documented. So there's tons and tons of undocumented cases of people healing as well. I hope everyone's doing okay. I've tried to make more videos during this time. I tried to make some videos about the coronavirus and things about it. Feel free to go watch them if you want to. What I do here every single week is I'm answering people's questions from last week, from last Monday, down in the comment section. So any questions anybody has today, please go down below into the comment section. Ask me anything you want. I'll answer them next Monday in the next Q&A video. I try and recommend things every week to you guys. It could be people, like authors and their books they write, or channels, other channels, life coaches, therapists, doctors, supplements, activities, all kinds of things. This week, I want to recommend emotional needs. Meet your emotional needs. During times of crisis, it's even more important that we meet our emotional needs. If you meet your emotional needs, you won't freak out about physical needs. If you focus on emotional needs, people that freak out on physical needs right now do not meet their emotional needs. They don't have a very good, solid sense of self. Okay? I'm going to read off 10 emotional needs. People focus on it. Healthy people usually meet and focus on about 10 emotional needs all the time. They can be different a little bit between men and women for sure. I picked out 10. I've read these to you guys before, probably quite a while ago, a year or two ago in another video. So I'm just going to read 10 emotional needs that I picked that I like. Feel free to write them down to focus on them so you know. And start learning how to meet these for yourself so you won't freak out during these times. Trust me, you won't care. First one, emotional. And you can put emotional in front of all these. It's emotional needs. Security, emotional attention, emotional autonomy, emotional connection, emotional privacy, part of a wider community, friendship and intimacy, status within social groups, competence, achievement, meaning and purpose. We should be meeting our emotional needs all the time. They're the most important things to human beings. And if you meet them, I'm telling you, you won't freak out right now very much at all. Okay? People that focus on physical, material things all the time don't meet their emotional needs. And right now, they're freaking out. Something I like to recommend every once in a while, something called Shane's Law Petition. Shane was a victim of a horrible smear campaign. A narcissist smeared him for a very long time, and it was very intrusive. And it got into all parts of his life. And Shane didn't know what to do. There was no help for him, nowhere to go. And he took his own life, sadly. Somebody didn't want him to die in vain, and they started a petition called Shane's Law to stop this kinds of behavior, this kind of social attack from other people. If you guys could do something very good for anybody who has suffered from this and anybody who does suffer from this in the future, please follow the link down below. It's called Shane's Law Petition. It'll take you to the website. All you got to do is sign it. Everyone in the world. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and so does a ton of other people. Right now, while times are bad and we're stuck at home and our problems are magnified, and people are losing their jobs, being laid off, not being able to work, not having money and income that they need, I want to offer for a limited time only sessions with me, coaching sessions, talk with me, ask me questions for half off right now for a limited time, okay? And it's just first time, your first session, everybody. Your first session is half off. That's $49, okay? I'll have my website down below if you guys would like to take advantage of that. Feel free to follow the website and contact me, okay? $49 United States dollars USD, and that's limited time only for everyone's first time, okay? I want to try to help, so I thought maybe that would help. All I ask you guys, if you want to ask questions from me, please give us your locations. I really like to know where you're at, and a lot of other people like to know. I think it gives us a sense of community, and it helps, and it's like some validation. It's not just me. It's not just, you know, this area. It's not just my problems. It's everywhere in the world. This is a human problem, social problem. So please tell us your locations, guys. Thank you very, very much. There's lots of good questions, so I'm just going to dive right in. First one is from Just J in California. Hello. I shortened your question, and that leads me to tell you guys that if I miss your question, ask me again. If I misunderstand it, ask me again. If you misunderstand me, ask me again. All of it. Just ask me. I don't miss anyone. Okay. I'll respond to everyone that asks me questions on the most recent Q&A. I live with my mother and her boyfriend. I could tell in 4 months they are narcissists. They make everything about them. They believe they are psychic and blame me for everything from their back hurting to just a bad day. My mom believes he is the best person ever, but that will change quickly when I move out because you are the target. And once you leave, then she'll be the target, right? Start getting abused, huh? Will the narcissist attack me? He looked at me evil one time and told me to leave. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. I am moving out soon, but I'm afraid he will kick me out even sooner. I'm staying quiet, saying everything is fine. What can I do to not trigger him? Well, you can maybe try to talk to him. Maybe what I was thinking is maybe if you're not paying rent, offer to pay a little rent. Just a little money. Might make them even, a little happier. Oh, this is a good thing. I'm glad she's here. I don't want to kick her out. Just a suggestion. I like that you're staying quiet. Don't tell them anything. Don't tell them anything. Everything's fine, okay? Don't react to anything. Don't get too excited about things and go overboard. It's just nothing. Just gray rock. Come out with a plan. Talk to somebody. You should be talking to somebody during this time. A therapist, a life coach, somebody like that would really, really help you. Really, really could use that, man. Because nobody is impervious to abuse. If he's abusing you, your mom's abusing you, you aren't going to be able to take it. And you may not be able to move out for 4 months, okay? We can't take this. So get some help, get some support, tell people in your lives what's going on, and tell them to check on you. Stay out of the house, stay away from them, avoid them. Good luck. Willa from New Jersey. Hello, Willa. Why is it so difficult for the target of a narcissist or psychopath to recognize this is a toxic relationship? Why is it harder to see the abuser if they are a relative or intimate partner? Is it because we assume a family member or spouse is supposed to leave us? I guess it could be hard to see through the lies. Well, it's a two-part question, I think. Maybe you don't mean it to be a two-part. But the first part, why is it so difficult for the target to recognize a toxic relationship? It's just, there's many different facets to this, okay? But a couple of real quick ones is typically it's familiar. It's familiar to their childhood. The ups and downs, the chaos, the abuse, the yelling, screaming, whatever it is, there's something familiar about it. Also, it's about how we feel about ourselves. Shame. Shame says, I deserve this. This is my self-worth. I'm only worth this person and this bad person and with all these problems. Also, these people tell you it's your fault. If you think it's your fault, are you going to leave somebody for it? You're going to try and make it work, make it work, make it work. Many more different reasons, Willa. But your second question, why is it harder to see the abuser if they are a relative or intimate partner? An abuser has to stand out to see them. If we accept abuse in our adulthood, then we were abused in our childhood, period. At least horribly neglected. And so an abuser might just be familiar, like I said before. Also, it is just extremely difficult to self-examine, to look at ourselves. It's hard for most people, everyone. It's a little bit harder for everyone than it is to look at other people. I can all day look at people's lives and examine them and stuff, and then I can sit here and get stuck on my own problem. That's me, my own problem. It's harder for me to see. We get more involved. You know, I can point out, when a person comes to me and I have a session with them and they point out all these bad things that their husband or wife has done to them, I can say, well, that sounds really horrible. It sounds like this, total abuser, blah, blah, blah. And then, but I'm not, I didn't see all the good times, all the good parts, all the funny times, all the parts they were nice and kind and stuff like this. It's not all just usually typically, right? It's not all horrible. There's golden periods. They were good in the beginning. They make lots of promises. They manipulate. It's so much harder to see our own problems. So much harder. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And that's why I have clients that are therapists, psychiatrists, and counselors, and psychologists. Thanks, Willa. Logan from South Africa. Hello, Logan. Why would my ex add me on Snapchat again? Oh, and I shortened this too, Logan. You want to know why your ex, after you told her and you said, after she knows that you don't want anything to do with her anymore, and you got her off Snapchat, and you got rid of all her friends and all the families and everybody associated with you, got rid of them all, and it was 7 months ago, why is she just all of a sudden added you on Snapchat? That's it. Didn't message you, just added on Snapchat. Is this a Hoover and wants to torment me again? Well, I don't know what she wants. How would I know, right? But it's obvious she's not very good at communication, right? These people can't be vulnerable. She can't just call you up, Logan, and say, hey, Logan, I was just thinking about you. I think you're great. You want to try this again? I miss you so much, Logan. Hey, I'm really sorry for the things I've done. That's all vulnerability, and she won't do it. If she could just friend you, and then you reach out, hey, good to see you. I saw your friend in me. Hey, how you been? You want to get together? She didn't have to be vulnerable. She could just say, sure, okay. It's all manipulation, and it's all people that believe they're this big. Right? And she is. She's about that big, right? Stop dating little miniature people. I mean, that's what it is. That's all it is. All of us who've been neglected growing up in our childhood we've lacked emotional conversation with our parents. We don't know how to do it. Some of us just aren't very good. Some of us don't know how at all. She doesn't know how to even communicate with you. And even if I told her how to do that with you, just tell her everything you want. Tell her how you feel and all that. She'd be like, oh, God, no way. He'll think this of me. He'll think that of me. It's all ego and vulnerability. Fear of vulnerability. I hope that makes sense. And I'm glad you said you didn't buy into it or whatever. Of course you didn't, because you're starting to feel better about yourself, I hope, by now, Logan. Good. Tanita from Florida. Hello, Tanita. Hi, Coach David. Hi. Can you please talk about the male narcissist and his female friends and triangulating? And we can reverse this, can't we? I mean, it's just about people that have opposite sex friends and use them to triangulate. And it's awful. It's awful. And if you are the victim of this stuff, then we don't feel like how we feel is enough. We don't feel like just me not liking it is enough. We don't feel like we can ask them for what we want. Please don't do that. Our worth isn't high enough. Right? So what's going to happen? Well, here, this is what he says. You said, my ex would say, so what if I share my hotel room with my best friend? I got to say it the way he says it. So what if I share my hotel room with my best friend? While we are bar hopping out of town together, we may even sleep in the same bed. It's not like anything is going on. Jeez. You have trust issues. I can't be with someone who has so many trust issues. You must not have any friends if you're like this. If you say things like this, you feel like this, then you must not know how it works around here, Tanita. You don't understand. You didn't know that, Tanita? That we all go out with opposite sex friends and we all sleep together in the same beds? Tanita, everybody's doing it. And if that was true, still wouldn't matter. What matters is how you feel. What matters is not what he's doing. What matters is how you feel about it. He can do whatever he wants, can he? And if it hurts you and he doesn't care, that's it. That's it, Tanita. If I went out with my guy friends and my girlfriend doesn't like it, she says so, probably not going to go out with them unless I can reassure her it's okay. And, you know, but this is total crap. This is total manipulation. This guy doesn't care how you feel. He feels entitled to do whatever he wants. And he needs to go find another girlfriend, like he says, that doesn't mind that. Because there's just a ton of women out there that doesn't mind that. Yeah, right. All of you women out there are just going, yeah, right. This isn't what couples do anyways, Tanita. I mean, anyone can do what they want. You can have whatever kind of relationship you want, you know, but we just don't do this. There's no reason. You know, you get a hotel room with 2 beds, or man, each of you even get your own hotel room, or even, wow, here's something crazy. Tanita goes out with them. Or he doesn't go out with women and drink alcohol all night. I mean, all of it is just, I mean, I can say it's wrong. I don't like it. I wouldn't approve of it. My girlfriend doing that stuff. Oh, hell no. No. And I'm going to tell her, I'm going to ask her not to. And if she's even somebody that wants to do those things, I won't date her. If she's even somebody who wants to go out with men and drink without me and get hotel rooms and sleep in the bed with them, that's all I need to hear. That's it. I don't need to argue. I don't need to ask for anything. I need to ask for a divorce. I need to ask for my engagement ring back. I need to ask for whatever to end that relationship. I don't need to ask somebody, hey, please don't be a disgusting, slobby, you know, and sleep around with these women. Dude, I don't know why he's not out with you. I don't know why he's out with other women. I don't know why he's out drinking with other women all night. I don't know why he's getting hotel rooms with women. And I don't know why he's sleeping in beds with other women besides you. I don't know, Janita. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. The person that has the trust issues is him, because he doesn't understand what trust is. And I bet you couldn't do that. You couldn't go sleeping with your boyfriends. No way. I'm sorry, Tanita. It's self-worth. Don't accept things like this if it feels bad. No security. Tracy from New Zealand. Hello, Tracy. My brother says he'll be the first to get COVID-19 from his workplace, and then he'll pass it on to me. I asked him if he would consider wearing a mask, and he says, oh, hell no. Only crazy people wear face masks. Your thoughts, David? He also gaslighted me recently. Well, I think you're asking me, is he a narcissist? I know you didn't say it, so I'm just assuming. And it's not enough to go by if somebody has a personality disorder, but it's definitely manipulative. It's definitely inconsiderate. Gaslighting is just, I mean, sick psychological abuse. And I don't care who it is. Why be around it? You're not going to change him. He's not going to wear his mask for you. He doesn't care. Things like this. He says he's going to give it to you. I'm going to be the first one to get COVID-19. I mean, that's just a weird attitude. It's unhealthy. It's toxic, Tracy. I would get away from, stay away from. I mean, you know, besides these, is everything great? Besides this, is he a great guy? Besides that he gaslights you and lies to you and shit like that? You can't be around it, Tracy. You can't be around it. Divorce your family. Divorce your brother. I don't know what else to say. It's manipulative. You already know. You called it gaslighting. That's manipulation. That's abuse, right? I mean, that's just horrible. Gaslighting, telling somebody things are true that aren't true. And it's just, oh, man. Yeah, you can't be around it, Tracy. It doesn't matter who it is. End it somehow. Don't let him ever abuse you ever again. Best advice I have. Anne, I don't know where you're from. Please leave your locations, guys. Tell us where you're from, please. Thank you. Why do abusers project what they do to you? Is it to discredit you? I've noticed when they have done this. Okay, so you say, I've noticed when they've done this in court that I have always identified with this projection. I've ended up with 4 convictions as I agree to everything ever, even though it's not true. How can I protect myself from myself? I'm a little confused, Anne, about the court thing. I think you said you just sat there, they're accusing you of things you didn't do, and you just said, yes, I did them. I don't want to assume that, because that's huge. If you did that, I'm so sorry. There's more to this, and I would need to know more and to help you more. And, you know, I can only assume things. I'm assuming you wanted it over. I mean, I know people that just say yes just to get it over with. That, you know, sometimes that's the best thing to do. I don't know. And I'll go back to the first part that you wrote here. You wanted to know, why do abusers project what they do to you? Is it to discredit you? Well, it's narcissistic. We're talking about narcissists. It's about them, right? So children do it. These are things children do, don't they? I didn't do it. He did it. You did it. It's your fault. You made me do it. All these things, right? And it's just fear of vulnerability. They can't be vulnerable. They can't say, yes, I did that. Yes, I made a mistake. Yes, I effed up. Yes, that was my fault. Me, I did it. My bad. They can't. They can't. They don't have no humility. They can't laugh at themselves. They can't make mistakes. They're so judgmental. That's why they judge other people. They judge themselves. They're all ego. All that matters is what it looks like. I can't make mistakes. I can't be bad. They have so much shame. So much shame. They feel like they're such bad people. I can't even admit to a little bit. I have to be perfect. As far as the rest of it, Anne, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. I don't want to just assume that that's what you did. And like I said, there's just not enough to understand. I need more context, or I need to know the context of this court. But, you know, how can I protect myself from myself? It's sad. Even though I don't understand it, it still seems so sad. Ask me again, Anne. Can you do that on today's video down below? Can you ask me again? Find another way to ask me, or give me some more details of what you're trying to ask me for. I don't want to assume. And there's just not enough information anyways. Please. Thank you, Anne. Thanks. Felicia. Don't know where Felicia is from. Please leave us your locations, guys. Tell us where you're from next time, Felicia. How can we know that they don't love? Well, that's a huge question I get a lot. And I've made lots of videos about it. Feel free to go find some about me talking about it. So what I think, what I have to say, how I answer this, is I believe everybody has their own definition of love. Right? I think so. I think everyone has their own kind of definition. And because I don't want to sit there and tell somebody you don't love. I mean, I hear sociopaths and stuff say, I love. And what am I supposed to do? Tell them they don't? I don't really think they do. Yeah. But I'm not going to get in that argument. You love, you don't love, you love. You know, and how do I know? I think that the question is love what? Learn what this person you're asking about, start to see cognitively in front of you, realize what they value. Do they value love? What do they value? And I think what you'll find out with toxic, unhealthy people, most of them, you'll find out that they value things in the physical world, physical objects and status and looks and money and objects and all this stuff. All fun and excitement all the time. Not who people are, not emotions, not love. What I find really quite often, I mean amazingly often, is what I find is that victims of narcissists, the narcissists don't even know who the victim is. They don't really know who they are. They don't really care. They act like they do in the beginning. But I find out while I have like clients of mine, if I have sessions with them, it only takes a few hours, and it seems like I already know them more than their abuser knew them in years, because they just didn't care. They objectified them. They're there for them and don't care anything about you. People that don't know anything about themselves, people that don't have a real self, authentic self, aren't going to care about anybody else and who they are. I hope that helps. I know that whole question can be confusing. Love. Did they really love me? Did they really love what about you? It'll help. Find that out. Figure it out. Blue Columbine from Central California. Hello. You know what? No, actually, Blue Columbine, I'm going to answer this in part 2. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save the rest of the questions, and there's a lot, for part 2. Okay? Thanks, guys. I'll see you in part 2. Love yourself first. Bye-bye.